Hello everyone, this is Ayman Al-Sharafat and I am a PhD student in American Studies. This is my third year and I'm studying in Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, Hungary. Today I'm gonna present a paper um, about social media as an alternative platform for political engagement in the United States. A comparison between old and new media. So first of all, let me say that according to Pew Research Center in 2019, there are about 7 in 10 Americans use social media every day to engage with their friends or to get information and news. There are some people believe that social reliance on social media can positively influence political engagement. For example, Black Lives Matters movement and Arab Spring and Iran's Green movement. While on the other hand, there are some people believe that social media would inhibit people's individual social skills and social media and on social media people express more negative views and sometimes attack each other and social media um, give people or allow people to isolate themselves politically rather than to participate. While this article argues that social media is an alternative platform for political mobilization in the United States, it seeks to present how social media is playing more important role nowadays in American politics than traditional media by conducting a comparison between old and new media. And it answers the question of how social media is a new alternative platform for political participation in the United States and what are the main differences between old and new media. This article reviews and discusses previous literature results and it uses data from Pew Research Center which offers critical data relating to the research topic. As I mentioned before, there are some main differences between old media and new media. And these differences can be summarized in uh, some points, which are number one, on a new media, no concern for geography, traditions, political cleavage, or distance. And unlike traditional media, communications and information distribution can be immediate on social media. In old media organizations, people who own or who have these organizations usually use these organizations as a tool to post or promote for their own goals. While on the other side, social media sites are users driven. That means people or users control by themselves the information, what they are posting, what they are sharing, and their profiles contents. New media operates in two directions, allowing people and policymakers to distribute information and listen to each other, not like what is happening in traditional media when policymakers speak and citizens have only to listen to them without giving them the opportunity to be part um, of um, uh, of conversations or of information um, producing process. Short messages are considered as a strong influencer on social media, while in traditional media, long messages and stories are considered as a source of weakness. Political messages are filtered in old media, but in the new media, political messages can be posted without any restrictions, so everyone can post what he or she like without any restrictions. Unlike the situation in traditional media, social media also offer multi-directional conversation by replying. You can reply, you can share, you can comment, you can chat about any post or any issue you think it's important. Social media in general has created a unique news platform and in many ways replacing the old model of media. So uh, as social or new media became more attractive for American people nowadays than traditional media. And actually, there are a big number or a big part of Americans nowadays who get their information and news from new media and ignoring what is saying in traditional media. So in this figure one, as you can see in this um, picture, that there are about 60% of Americans get their news and information last year from their smartphones, computers, or tablets, while less than 40% of Americans get their information and news from TV, and also less than 20% of Americans often get their news from radio, and less than 10% of Americans often get their news from print publications, and the print publications including magazines, newspapers, and booklets. So that gives us an index how new media became the main source of news and information over the United States. Now the question of why social media is an effective tool in American politics. So social media um, is an effective tool in American politics nowadays because the growth in the use of social media is significant among Americans. In just a few years, American political system is awash in social media. There are, most of American politicians, party members, election candidates, and interest groups um, use social media in order to be um, in touch with their followers. For example, President Barack Obama, followed by more than 125 million people only in Twitter app. By the way, President Barack Obama is the first politician who used social media in his presidential campaign in 2007. And the new media sites alter the political calculation in the United States by shifting who controls news and information, how that information is distributed, and who consume information. Social media doesn't only raise political or social issues, but it further motivates Americans to adopt these issues and support and be part of these political or social issues. During the current COVID-19 pandemic and with its lockdown consequence, social media increasingly affect political information, and people use social media in their everyday life to get news about the pandemic regarding inductions, vaccine, and restrictions. Um, Actually, in the United States, social media offers a chance for non-elite actors to play a significant role in the mobilization process from anywhere and anytime. Social media in the United States has changed the process of information diffusion. For example, during last year, as a consequence of Black Lives Matter movement, uh, during only 13 days from 27th of May to 7th of July, Black Lives Matter hashtag was used in more than 47.8 million posts or conversations on Twitter, an average of 3.7 million times per day. This figure 2, shows that there are many Americans have changed their opinion or position or attitude toward a political or a social issue because of something they saw on social media. In 2018, about 15% of Americans changed their opinion or attitude toward a political or a social issue because of something they saw on social media. While after 2 years, in 2020, this percentage increased to be 25%. And that gives us an index how social media is playing an important role in public opinion shaping in the United States and how it could impact everyone's opinion or attitude in the United States. In my conclusion, I want to say that new media facilitates Americans to engage in political participation. It alters the old model of political participation in the United States. It shifts who controls news and information. That means the method of um, how American society interact with itself and with the authority is changing. The new media is by far the most comprehensive, democratic, and interactive form of communication. It differs from old media is not just scope and speed of publishing, but largely in the nature of the interaction between the information and the consumer of the information. New media can distribute anything that print publications, television, and radio do without bias. Social media sites grow more accessible and interactive with every day that we live. Finally, thank you for watching this presentation. Stay safe, and I hope I could meet you one day in Poland or anywhere else. Goodbye.